Starting the stream.
Welcome, Mage. I'm Rhino, and today we're gonna be talking about Oathbreaker.
Before we do that, let's tell them about our sponsors real quick. We've got two. We have our patrons. Yeah.
Our patrons.
Yeah, they have been with us for a long time.
Long.
And we have a new sponsor, which is
Out of the Box Gaming.
Yeah, soon we'll have a way. You can go to outboxgaming.com right now, see what they have available. But soon we will have a code or something that we can give people to get a discount on their first order, or maybe even on continuing orders. We'll see. So that's what we've got for the moment. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Oathbreaker. And we get. Well, we've gotten a lot of questions, and we've seen a lot of questions online. And these are the questions. That way. Yeah, that way. No, you
Oh.
the other way. You the other way. Yeah, that way. All right. So the first question is,
What is
Oathbreaker. So Oathbreaker is
instead of a creature.
Oh, wait, no. Slow down. You're jumping too far ahead. It is a 60 card format. You have 60 cards in the deck. It is singleton, so you can only have one of each card in it. Except for basic lands. And you have a commander, which is your Oathbreaker. And that is a
Planeswalker.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that wanted to do Commander with Planeswalkers. Well, this is the way to do it. But there's an added twist to it, which is
the Elder spell.
No, that's in your case. It is a signature spell.
A signature spell.
So that is a spell that your Planeswalker can cast after the Planeswalker is out. It is a fast format. Since it's a 60 card deck, it really requires you to make really hard cuts in there above and beyond what you would for something like Commander. And it's pretty darn fun. It's a multiplayer format. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So
with the signature spell.
We'll get into this, the specifics of the signature spell in a moment. All right. The next question is, it's not a WotC sanctioned format, so why should I play Oathbreaker?
Why should you play Oathbreaker? Well, it's kind of a new player thing.
Well,
so
yeah, when you're teaching somebody how to play Magic, you want to teach them kind of like a kitchen table sort of Magic, a 60 card thing.
Yeah.
And we all know that Commander is the most popular format right now. There's no question as to how popular it is. But taking somebody from 60 card to Commander is a huge jump. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, Planeswalkers are really darn cool, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
There's no other game out there that has anything like a Planeswalker. So this gives you the ability to use your Planeswalker. You play a Commander-like game. It's still very social, but it's a lot faster. And Rhino's sister really likes faster games. So this is a really cool format. It's really fun. We've played it for many years, and we'll be playing our original decks, unaltered original decks,
Yes.
in a little bit. So is Oathbreaker like Brawl?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Okay. Brawl requires you to keep everything within standard.
Yeah, it's very limiting.
Yeah, it was very limiting. So I mean, it works. It's fun.
Yeah.
But this allows you to build a deck that you can use, and as you can tell, as you will be able to tell, our decks are, and this is from War of the Spark, so we haven't changed them since, and they're still fun. They're still very playable. Um, so we don't have to lose those cards. It's kind of like a non-rotating format that we can keep playing. All right. Is Oathbreaker just another cash grab for Wizards of the Coast?
Mm,
No,
no.
not really.
No.
If Oathbreaker ever got to be reasonably popular, like Commander was like 5 years ago, then they might start making some decks for it. But eh, at this point, it looks like Wizards of the Coast just wants to have the format out there as an option for other people to play, um, because you might like this better than Commander, you might like this better than Standard or Legacy or whatever format. Uh, isn't it a degenerate version of Commander?
It's
We've
hard to say.
well, we've had people. There's people who've asked that, and it's kind of hard to respond to that. When somebody's saying degenerate, then they're talking about, well, it's just mucking things up. It's like, no, this was a concerted effort to create a social game, but using the planeswalkers, because everybody wanted to use planeswalkers, because planeswalkers are big, they're splashy, they're fun, they're different. So I wouldn't call it a degenerate commander. I mean, if you want degenerate commander, do Commander League, where you add extra deck building restrictions. That's degenerate commander, and that's fun. So, and this is fun too. All right. Um, why is there no ban list?
There is.
There is a ban list, and in fact, what we're going to do is we'll take you over to oathbreakermtg.org, and it has a ban list, a list of banned cards right there. So you can see there is banned cards there. And yeah, you go that way. Um, and there's a lot of the philosophy of playing Oathbreaker here and stuff like that. There are some things on here that you might notice. Things like Soul Ring is banned. Mana Crypt is banned. So a lot of those really fast mana rocks sort of things are banned, because you don't really need that much ramp on it. And we're not, we're doing a competitive game, but we don't want to like overdo the competitive game. All right. Don't signature spells get out of hand since you can cast them over and over?
Um, no.
I think the most I've ever cast a signature spell is maybe 3 times. Um,
Not four.
yeah, I mean, some people think, well, okay, you just keep reoccurring it over and over and over and over again. It's like, yeah, you probably could, but I mean, if you're building a good deck that is around a good central theme, that signature spell, if you have to cast it more than 3 times to get what you're doing going, then you need to really look into redoing your deck or picking a different signature spell. Um, the games are only 20 life. You start at 20 life. It's not 40. It's not 30. So the games can go pretty fast. So casting that signature spell more than a few times is not going to happen. Plus, on top of that, it's just like in Commander, there's tax on the multiple times that you cast that signature spell. Um, there's other limiting things about the signature spell. Uh, one is it can only be in two places.
The stack and the command zone.
Yeah, those are the only places that you can have the signature spell. So the signature spell can't go into your hand. They can't go into the graveyard. So yeah, it really limits how degenerate it can be. I mean, it just doesn't, it really doesn't get out of hand. And the only way you can cast it is if your commander's out, your Oathbreaker. And somebody might ask, why is it called Oathbreaker?
Is because uh your uh commander is breaking their oath.
Yeah, they're a planeswalker that's supposed to help everybody in the multiverse, but in order to come out and do this, they have to break their oath. So they are an Oathbreaker. Plus, it's a really catchy name.
Yeah.
Okay, won't people forget Oathbreaker next week?
No.
No. We've been playing it for since War of the Spark. It is a fun format. There are times that people go, well, I don't want to build a deck. And it's like, here, we've got one. Here, try it out. And they go, wow, this is pretty fun. But the thing is, right now, there's not a lot of tools like EDH Rec. There used to be oathbreaker.edhrec.com where you could look at different spell and commander or Oathbreaker combinations, but
Yeah.
that's not available at the moment. We're going to see what we can do to get that back up. And I think it's going to be around for quite some time.
Put some comments.
Okay, yeah. So if you have any questions, yeah,
put it in comments below.
Yeah, and we will do our best to answer those as best we can. So let's switch over to our Oathbreaker Q&A game. All right, so we are going to be playing this game pretty slow.
Yeah. So you know the gist.
Yeah, so you get the gist of things. And you will see that we have our Oathbreakers out. So Rhinos is Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord. And he has the ability, as long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. So he can get plenty of life. He's got a plus ability there. He deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker, which is pretty mean in Oathbreaker. And then he's got a -X, which most of the time the big minus abilities never happen. I mean, you're pounding on other people's planeswalkers a lot to make sure that those don't happen. But you can return a target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Now, once he brings out Sorin, you have your signature spell is under T, because this does a stupid version of. Okay, so your signature spell is the Elder Spell, and destroy any number of target planeswalkers. Choose a planeswalker you control. Put 2 loyalty counters on it for each planeswalker destroyed this way. All right. Okay, we got a question. When did Oathbreaker become a recognized format? Last week. It was Monday. So 7 days ago.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Now mine, and remember these are our original Oathbreaker decks. Is Nissa, who shakes the world. So whenever I tap a forest for mana, add an extra green. And then let's see. Okay. Then the +1 is put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. It looks like I'll go first.
I don't know.
Untap it, it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance, haste, and it's still a land. So that turns one of my lands into a creature. And then if I ever get up to the -8, uh, uh, the you get emblem lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Yeah. So yeah, it did become a recognized format last week, but it's been around for a
Oh
while,
man.
and that's why it is pretty cool that
Yeah.
they finally did that. All right, now my signature spell is Nissa's Triumph. So with Nissa's Triumph, for 2 green, search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. If you control a Nissa Planeswalker, which the only way I can cast it is if Nissa's out. Um, uh, Instead, search your library for up to 3 land cards. Reveal those cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Uh, yeah, okay. So this question or the statement came in, and we ran into this too. All my friends hated on Oathbreaker for years with no reason, and now they suddenly went rabid on making decks in Glee. So I was very confused in their change of behavior. Well, I when Oathbreaker first started out, there really was hardly any tools about it. People were very confused about things, but now they've had a couple of years to kind of refine what they're doing with Oathbreaker, and they've got uh, a good set of rules in place, and the ban list is pretty reasonable and all that. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. In fact, our LGS, we're going to probably start up some Oathbreaker games. All right,
So,
the carry
okay.
issue. Yeah.
This is much better.
Um,
I don't know if you.
this is really oh, okay. It might work.
I don't know if you draw on your first.
Yes. Okay. So Oathbreaker is just like Commander. Now, in our case, we're going to assume there's an extra 2 players. Uh, but yeah, the ban list is on oathbreakermtg.org. Um, and actually something else. When you go to Scryfall, they now have Oathbreaker listed, so you can see if a card is banned on Scryfall as well in Oathbreaker. Um, what was I going to say? I don't know.
You do draw.
Oh yeah. So it's like Commander. You do draw on your first turn, um, and we're assuming that we have extra players because generally with Oathbreaker, it's not a one-on-one format. A one-on-one format is very competitive, and we're still trying. We play the games, so they're very casual, anyway. So we will. I'll go with this, and let's get started, eh? I'm going to play a forest,
Oh, really?
tap it, and I'm going to cast Pelt Collector. So, there's Pelt Collector. All right, Pelt Collector. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector, put a 1/1 counter on it. As long as Pelt Collector has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, it has trample.
Oh,
So, big dude. 1/1 big dude. Pass turn.
okay. Draw. I will play Shambling Vent.
Ooh, Shambling Vent. Okay. Well, Shambling Vent is, well, it was pretty exciting back then. But now, I mean, it enters tap, and it can become a white-black elemental creature. So that's neat. Anything else? Nope.
Nope.
All right. There's no zero drops except for Ornithopter. I think that's the only one.
Yeah.
All right. A second forest and uh, I am going to go into combat. Pink, hit you for one.
Ow.
Right.
You just hit me with one of your pelts.
Yes. I pelted you with a pelt.
Pelt me.
All right. Let's. All right. I've got something stuck to my foot. All right. Pass turn.
Okay. I'll draw. And I will play a planes.
Ooh.
Um, hmm. I'm going to hmm, tap this for a black and play Pitless Pontiff.
The pitless pontiff. All right. A pitless pontiff.
And
Uh,
I'm going to pass.
yeah. So pitless pontiff. You can sacrifice another creature. It gains death touch and indestructible. Ooh.
And go ahead.
All right. I will untap. Draw. I think I will play a forest. Um, greater than. All right. All right. I am going to tap 3, and I'm going to cast a Mana Gorger Hydra.
Oh boy.
Now, Mana Gorger is the same. It's a 1/1 as the Pelt Collector, so the Pelt Collector doesn't get the 1/1 counter on it. Sorry. It seems kind of silly for me to attack, so I am going to pass turn.
Yeah. So it's whenever.
You cast a spell whenever a player casts a spell, which includes me.
Hmm.
And that's on cast trigger.
Yeah. Going to play a planes that does not go up.
Oh, I've been brewing casual Oathbreaker decks for the past 2 years or so, letting others borrow them as it is such a niche format, but I think I prefer it over Commander. I'm addicted to tribal decks though. Yes, tribal decks are always fun, because you want the ability to pound on the Planeswalker, and that's so satisfying.
Oath of Kaya.
All right, so let's bring up the Oath of Kaya. That is a cast trigger that will get a counter on it. So when Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. All right, so um,
I'm going to deal 3 damage to that.
deal 3 damage to that, which means that goes over to there.
Oh. I haven't.
Yeah.
Seen this.
Okay, and you gain 3 life.
Yeah.
So you'll go up by 3. 1, 2. Okay, your camera is really not on you much.
Okay. Faster.
All right, I will untap, keep and draw. I will play a forest. I will Got 3. Pulse. So, the pulse says return target creature or land card from the graveyard to its owner's hand. I gain 6 life.
Oh boy.
Um, and I will. I will pass turn.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to run it in there yet.
Mm, I'm going to Thea.
Thalia. Oh no. Thalia. Thalia QRST. Thalia Heretic Cathar. All right. So, it's got first strike and creatures and non-basic lands your opponent controls enters the battlefield tapped. No. Okay. Not that big of a deal, I don't think. Let's see. Funny enough, I got decks with both planeswalkers you're playing as. Turn Sorin into Cleric Tribal and Nissa into Manland Tribal. Both have been fun to play. Yeah.
Attacks. A player I control. One more. Oh, okay. So it's a shock.
Yeah, it's a shock when I attack a planeswalker, right?
Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker I
Yeah,
control.
yeah. So you can do a shock.
I'm gonna play Caves of Coilers.
Okay. Okay, is it Corliss? So we've got that there. All right.
And pass turn.
All right. I am going to play a forest. Um, hmm. Think what I want to do. No, no, no. I'm going to do all 5. And I'm going to cast Nissa, who shakes the world.
No.
Okay, so Nissa, who shakes the world there, and she's got a 5. All right, and um, so what I can do is I can +1 her and put 3 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land. So I'm going to +1 her up to 6, and I'll put 3 counters on this, and it becomes a creature as well.
Also untaps.
Uh, it becomes a non-creature you control. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say it untaps. It has vigilance and haste.
Untap it.
Oh, untap it. Yeah, all right. So vigilance and haste. All right. And I think I will just pull that up there. I don't think I need to attack with it at the moment. So I will pass turn.
Sure. Hmm. I'm going to play my Planeswalker.
Okay.
Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord.
All right. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord. All right.
As long as it's my turn, um,
Your creatures.
my creatures and
Yes, it does. It does untap with Thalia on the battlefield because Thalia is on an enter the battlefield. And so it was already on the battlefield, so untapping it will still do it.
I'm gonna +2 her, +2 him,
Up to 6.
6, and I'm going to hit you for 1.
Hit me for 1. So I will take 1.
When an opponent, I can.
Or whenever I attack your planeswalker, that's
Oh,
when you get to do the shock thingy.
okay. Yeah, the oath is very confusing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play Temple of Silence.
Temple of Silence, my old friend. Hear a thing again.
I'm gonna keep them.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I'm going to pass turn.
Okay. So I've got my 4 out. All right, let me double check this. All right. All right. I am going to. I get 4 mana out of that.
Mhm.
I'm floating 1 green to cast Mana Gorger again.
There's battlefield tapped.
Yeah. I want to bring it out first. Okay. All right. Then, okay, I've got 1 floating. And I can do that. I'm going to cast Nissa's Triumph, still floating another green. Okay. So Nissa's Triumph comes out. All right. Is on the stack. So I control my Nissa Planeswalker. Um, so I'm going to search my library for 3 forests. And they happen to be right on the bottom, which is good. And then I can put them into my hand.
I'll go put long counter.
Yeah, just 1.
Oh, just 1.
Yeah, just 1 so far. All right. Cut it if you so desire. And all right. So Mrs. Triumph will go back with tax on it. I am going to take. All right. I'm going to get up to 5 green. Awakening of Vitu-Ghazi.
Okay.
All right. So put 9/1/1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a legendary elemental creature with haste and named Vitu-Ghazi. So I need 9 counters. I have a 12/12
Okay.
with haste. Um, and I don't think it has trample. No.
But that also is true.
This gets an extra counter. And I think, all right, I am going to +1 Nissa to put 3 counters on this. And thing is, it can become a death toucher, can't it?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, Pitless Pontiff can definitely do that. All right. I am going to go ahead and pass turn.
First, I'm going to um play a Johnny's Pride Mate.
All right, making kitties.
Yeah. And then
Well, bigger kitties. Let's see. As of recently, I started experimenting with a house rule when making decks, basically treating the planeswalker and the signature as having partner, with the latter being allowed to have up to 1 color different than the planeswalker, as there is a dearth of color combinations missing in available planeswalkers. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. We'll kind of stick with
Gateway Plaza.
Gateway Plaza. That's probably something that you might want to get rid of at some point, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tap it so I don't have to sacrifice it.
Yeah.
And
You're going to +1?
+2.
Oh, +2. All
Yeah.
right.
And I'm gonna deal 1 damage to you.
Deal 1 damage to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That also goes up.
Yep.
And next, and this gets counter. That's why I did it in order.
Okay. All right.
Mm. Mm. Let's see. I could kill your man, Anessa.
You could try.
Mhm. You basically tapped out.
No, I'm not.
I said you're basically.
I got 4 mana right there. I am not tapped out by any stretch.
Hmm. I'm going to pass turn.
Alrighty. Untapping things. Drawing things. Playing another land thing. Um, all right. Floating a mana to cast Courage in Crisis. All right. So that goes up to 4, right?
Yeah.
And I can put a 1/1 counter on another target creature. I am going to put it on this, and then I'm going to proliferate.
Oh.
So this goes up to a 3, that's a 13. This is a 4, this is a 5, and this is a total of 8.
Mm.
All right. So I've done my proliferate. I'm still floating a green. Um, and I am going to so 1 green plus a couple more. I'm going to cast Mrs. Triumph again. Okay, the 1, 2, 3. Um, and I am going to -8 Nissa.
Oh, man.
So when I -8 Nissa, let me go ahead and bring it up. Nissa, who shakes the world. So I'm -80 Nissa. She goes back to the command zone, and she has her own little one on her. So -8, I have an emblem. You get an emblem. Lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of force cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap. Then shuffle your library. All right. So yeah, yeah. Let's see.
That's basically barf out all your lands.
Yeah, barf out all my lands. And so
I should play the Elder Stall.
yeah, maybe. Uh, all right. So I have lands in my hand, and I have lands on the. Now, yeah, I went ahead and I played that. All right, and so all my lands are indestructible. Um, and let's see, this rolls up to 6 because I cast the Nissa thing again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am let's see here. I am going to swing both of these at Soren.
Do any of them have trample?
No, they do not have trample, but they are indestructible.
So, I think
Here comes the forest flood. Oh yeah.
um, whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker I control with one or more creatures, Oath of Kaya.
Will shock something.
I gotta deal 2 damage to you.
Okay.
So basically, uh,
You can lose your planeswalker, or you can lose your creatures. Because my lands are indestructible. Okay. So he goes. Uh, now I think you could potentially put him into the graveyard.
yeah, good.
Uh,
No reason.
okay, so he's got a tax on him.
Yeah.
All your forest saplings are land creature. For anyone who's wondering, yeah, life and limb. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. I needed to. Okay. At my end step, I'm going to discard a forest card.
Okay. Aren't you?
Yes.
I'm going to play a planes. And do I want to play my commander or not?
Alas, sweet forest, you shall be forever missed, or perhaps not. No, I've got something splendid that will reclaim it if necessary.
Splendid reclamation.
I didn't say that. What makes you think I have splendid reclamation in my hand? Ah,
There's only one card. There's
I
splendid reclamation, and I know it's in that deck.
yeah. And I think I've got. Uh, did I put Ramonet Excavator in here? No, I didn't. All right. Foreshadowing.
Um, I'm going to uh tap black, colorless, and I don't care which color.
Okay.
Camball.
Okay. Handball. Console allocation. Okay, you cast him, so this, oh wait a second, not that one. This gets an extra one. That's what it is. So whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Okay, well, I'll just have to not cast non-creature spells.
Yeah.
Or maybe I will.
I'm going to uh one black.
Our more recent brews was Duretti Scrap Savant, co-starring Goblin Offensive, a card with the most legendary of all flavor text. They certainly are. Okay, Uh, Vamp
Vampire of the Dire Moon.
Vampire of the Dire Moon. Alrighty.
You killed my lifelinker.
Yeah.
Hmm. Going to pasture.
All right. Untapping a few lands.
Tapping.
Okay. Let me play a land for turn. Uh, um,
Only you had landfall in that deck.
okay. Let's see here. It will cost 7. So if I wanted to bring that back, it cost me 7, 2 life, and you would gain 2 life. And then all my mana will tap for lots more.
Lots more.
And plus I can create another.
Tap that. Tap that monstrosity.
All right, I am going to go ahead and cast Nissa, Who Shakes the World. All right, this will go up.
And I go up by 2.
And, yes, you will go up by 2. 2. And I will lose 2, going down to starting life total. All right. So the Mending of Dominaria.
Go up to
Yeah.
8.
And
I go up to
yeah.
26, I believe.
Yep. You go up to 26, and I will go down to 18. All right. Put the top 2 cards from your library into your graveyard. Then return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Worldbreaker or the Evolution Sage? Well, I think I will put Worldbreaker back to my hand.
What does Worldbreaker do?
You'll find out. Because all I have to do is tap this to cast Worldbreaker. So when you cast Worldbreaker, exile target artifact, enchantment, or land. It has reach, and then I can sacrifice a land, return Worldbreaker from your graveyard to your hand. It is devoid of color, so I can exile target artifact, enchantment, or land. Let's see here. You don't have any artifacts.
No.
You only have 1 enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
You have some lands, but I think I am going to exile your oath there.
Okay.
And time to +1. Oh, wait a second. Did I?
Yes.
Yes, I did do that. Okay. I'm going to +1 Nissa.
Is it a may or is it a must?
It's a must.
Oh.
Well, whenever a player casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on it. Let me grab this, and that will become a 3/3 as well. All right. So my this came in, it was larger than this, so this rotates up. Um, and I am going to go into combat with my indestructible lands. A 13/13, a 4/4, and a 3/3.
Uh oh, and by the way, that came in tapped.
Yeah, that comes in tap.
Um, I'm going to. Mm, mm, you put me in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Gonna have to sacrifice this.
Okay. To give something indestructible. Yeah. All right. And do you want to take 7? Yeah. Hang on a second. He's having a seizure. Okay, you want to take the 7 or you want to block it?
Um, take the 7, or do I want to block it? I'll take the 7.
You sure?
Yep.
Because you can block one of them. You're going to block the 4/4?
Yeah, I'll block the 4/4.
Okay, then you take the 3. Going down to 23.
Wait, I meant to block that.
You don't want to block the 4/4?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, block the 4/4. Yeah. I'm tapped out. You're good. Okay.
Okay.
You take the 3. And that is it. Pass turn.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Draw. Uh, draw. It's only if I have this on the battlefield.
Okay.
Or a Sorin Planeswalker.
Or a Sworn Plains. What?
I just drew a Sorin Planeswalker.
Yeah, well, you can't cast the Elder Spell. The only creature that can cast it is your Sorin,
Mm-hmm.
is your Oathbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now you are trapping the spell.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to have the mirror sticking up there or that in the way. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh, Sorin.
Okay. Bringing out Sorin. Vengeful Bloodlord.
Uh, I'm going to +1 and +2 him.
Okay. Get him up to 6. And you are
Pinging you
for 1.
for 1. Yeah.
So 17 turn clock.
Yeah. Uh, And I go up by 1.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to. Mm, oh, dang. I'm gonna need another
Hmm.
dice.
For that. Let's see here. I think we are out of the big ones, so yeah, we're gonna have to use the. All right.
Think I'm going to ask her.
All right. Untap some things. Untap a few lands. Okay.
Mm,
Uh, oh, I did the draw first. The upkeep triggers first. Um, so this was the card that was on there. So, ooh, let's see here. And
Yeah,
okay,
that
I'm going to have to return this to my hand. Then I do a draw. All right. Okay, let's see here. Um, so casting creatures does not deal any damage to me, right?
yeah.
Um, so I am going to oops, float a green to cast Evolution Sage. Um, tink. All right. So whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I proliferate.
I think you got all your lands out.
No, I was smarter than that. All right, I am going to +1 Nissa to turn this into a. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to turn this into a 12 here, and there's a 3/3 there. Okay. Um. Okay. Evolution Sage comes in tapped. This rotates out. Um. Still have a floating green. Um. I will float another green to bring in Galta.
Oh man.
Uh,
For 2.
yeah, for 2. Okay, based off of that, yeah. Um, okay, so I still have a floating green.
Oh, and Pelt Collector.
Yeah, Pelt Collector rolls up uh, to 5. Um, and I'm going to play a land for turn.
Oh man.
Okay, so let's see here. I am going to proliferate 3. There's a 4, 5, 14, a 6, um, a 4. Let's go ahead and put a 2 on this and proliferate the lore counter here. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. I have a land here. That will come to the battlefield. Oh, and I'll proliferate because a land entered the battlefield. Let's see here. Three. And let's see here. I am going to go into combat.
Go ahead.
5 plus 6 plus 15 plus another 5.
Is that lethal?
And an extra 5. But you can block and kill that if you wanted to. But it's only a 5. It's a 5/7, so it's harder to. Well, you can't kill those.
yeah.
But let's see. If you block, I mean, you can block all of those, and only a 5 will come through. And you can block in a smart way.
I'm going to block a Johnny's Pride Mate.
You can block that, right?
Yeah.
So that will, those won't die. Unless you want to block this, but this is only a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's still 25.
25.
Okay.
Block here.
Okay, that's 15 left.
And maybe.
If you still want those abilities on there, I mean, you can take 15.
I'll take 15.
Okay. So taking 15 rolls you down to 9. That dies.
I'm fine by that.
Okay. And I will pass turn.
Okay. Okay. Now for some
fun.
Now for some fun.
Okay.
You're
gonna keep 2 back for that elder spell.
Yeah.
To blow out my planeswalker.
Black. Hmm. I wish there was a way to bounce like your monstrosity right there. And the Manic Orger.
Yep.
first, I'm going to
+2
+2. Yeah.
to ping 1
Being 1. Yeah.
and gain 1.
Gain 1.
Yep.
Could play that. I'm going to. I didn't think I was going to do this.
Okay.
6. Storing Grim Nemesis.
Okay, another planeswalker.
Yeah.
So Soren Grim Nemesis.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of getting rid of the Nissa, but
then this is really not. Okay, so it comes in with a 6 loyalty.
yes.
We will use this right here with the 6. All right. You can reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. Or you can -X. Deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. Or if you can -9 it, put a number of 1/1 black vampire knight creature tokens with lifelink onto the battlefield equal to the highest life total among all players.
I'm going to +1.
Okay, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand.
It is Orzhov Enforcer.
Okay.
I reveal it and put that card into my hand.
Okay.
Each opponent loses.
So the Orzhov Enforcer is a 2.
2.
So I go down to 14. Alrighty.
Okay. Do I gain 2?
It didn't say that, did it? It just
My library.
each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. Yeah, you don't gain.
Okay. I don't know if I. Yeah, I did do.
Yes, you did plus that,
I did.
and that's how you rolled that up to a 10-10, right?
Yeah, it's 8. Yeah, that's a 10-10. Oh. If I ever get this up to a 10, I mean a 9.
Yeah.
Do I get 4 vampire?
You put a number of 1/1 black vampire knight creature tokens with lifelink onto highest total among. It's based off the life total. So you would have 14 of them if at this point.
14?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Go ahead.
All right, let me untap stuff. And draw a card.
Oh.
Wait a second. No, I don't want to do that yet. I want to first, I'm going to plus this. And create another one of these. Gee. Three. Then play a land for turn. So this will go up to a 4, 6. I'll put a 5 on this. A 16. There's a 16 there. A 6 there. Oops. There's a 7 there. This is only 2. And that there.
You want to do Nissa's trying? Oh.
Well, it wouldn't do me any good at the moment. I don't have any extra card draw. I could roll that up. I can cast 2, play Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. So, Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. Okay, this has got a 4 on it. So this would roll up.
Oh, and you lose 2.
Yeah, I'll lose 2. 2, and you gain 2, right?
Yeah. It just goes up.
Okay. So the Vivian, Champion of the Wilds is you may cast creature spells as though they had flash until your next turn. Up to 1 target creature gains vigilance and reach. Mark a -2. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at that card and you may cast it if it's a creature card. So I think I'm going to -2 and look at the top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. And well, I had a floating there, but won't matter. So I will do this and Otani.
Otani. Okay.
It's a 1/1 for each land you control and each land card in your graveyard. I can return 2 lands I control from their 2 lands you control to their owner's hands. And so right now Multani is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, intapped. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The 1919.
How to deal with 1919?
Well, combat.
Go ahead.
Swing, 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 swing,
Does Multani
and
have
swing.
haste?
No, it just has reach and trample.
Oh.
So, I think I win.
I'm just going to say you got it.
Well, trample, trample, trample. And then these are all indestructible.
Yeah.
So I think that's a win. All right. So, yeah. All right. So let's.
I was thinking of
We're going to pop back to the question screen here. These were the questions that we had at the beginning. What is Oathbreaker? You have now seen what Oathbreaker is. You have a Planeswalker as your Oathbreaker or your commander. You have a signature spell, which you can cast only once your Oathbreaker / commander is out. It is a 60 card. You start out with 20 life. Uh, the big questions that people have is why should I play it? Well, it's a heck of a lot of fun. Uh, is it just like Brawl? No, nowhere near. Uh, is it a degenerate version of Commander? Not really. I mean, it's got some Commander-like things that happens with it, but it's not specifically that. Uh, there is a ban list, and it is on the Oathbreaker mtg.org website. Don't signature spells get out of hand? No, I cast mine, what, twice? Yeah, I cast mine twice. And a bigger pod, Rhino would have cast his probably once or twice. And won't people forget Oathbreaker next week?
No.
No, because we'll be playing more. We're going to be definitely doing more. And yeah. So remember, it's a 20 life total. And you have 2 spells, so there's 58 in here. There is 4 planeswalkers that are partner planeswalkers.
Will and Kenrith, and I forgot the other one.
Yeah, it's a Jessica and
Kenrith?
no, it was
Will,
something. Yeah.
Kenrith,
But those can be played in Commander. So each of those, if you played those, you would have 2 separate signature spells for them. So then instead of having 58 in your deck, you would have 56. I don't really know of anybody that plays those though. They're not that flavorful, I don't think. So we've got yeah. Let's see.
I think I'll go first.
No. We're finishing up.
We're finishing up.
Yeah, we're going to finish up with this. Yeah, we will be playing more Oathbreaker in the future, and we will give you some of our brews in the future. We've got some right now. Let's see. We will. What I'll do is I'll open up. Okay. If I had Will and Rowan, I'd probably make Is It Wizard Tribal. Yeah, that might work. All right, let's see here. Let's turn on the deck builder. Why isn't it doing deck builder? Because that's deck builder. That's why. Okay, so this is Rhino Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord. Let's see here. Just to give you a couple of ideas. Chandra's Flame Caller with Chandra's Triumph. That is it's a pretty straightforward one. It's not an overly expensive deck. Most of these decks don't end up being that expensive. Chandra Torch of Defiance with Fiery Confluence. Let's see here. There's Chandra Torch of Defiance, lots of abilities on her. And then the Fiery Confluence right here. You can deal 1 damage to each creature or 2 damage to each opponent, destroy a target artifact. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Domri. And the Domri deck is this: creatures you control get +1/+1. You can add a 1 or the red or green, and they can't be countered. And let's see, Soul's Fire is this instant: target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. That is a wondrously fun deck. Maybe we'll do that. And let's see, we've got an Elspeth with Unbreakable Formation. This one's still a work in progress. It's missing, actually, it's got too many cards. And I think we're going to end up flopping it around a bit. Um, let's see. Huatley, Radiant Champion, and Launch the Fleet. So, Huatley, Radiant Champion, you can put loyalty counters on her for each creature you control. So, if you launch the fleet, which is this right here, uh, until end turn, any number of target creatures you gain whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 white soldier creature. Uh, okay. Scion of Urza says Duretti, Ingenious Iconoclast is good fun with Rakdos artifacts. Yes, I can see that. Uh, let's see. Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. Uh, so let's go down. You can create a 1/1 white core creature token. You can look at the top 6 cards of your library and reveal a warrior or equipment from it and put them in your hand and can deal damage to a target creature or planeswalker equal to twice the number of equipment you control. So this is a pretty big,
Big thing
yeah,
on equipment.
yeah. I got 9 equipments in there. But the Boros Charm is the signature spell is an instant. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it deals 4 damage to a target player or planeswalker or permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn, or a target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Good fun. Lots of good fun.
Yeah.
So let's see here. We've got a bunch of Nissas here. Nissa Shadow Bows with a Mulch or a Nissa's Triumph. Mulch is kind of neat. So the Nissa of Shadow Bows, is got a landfall trigger to put loyalty counters on her. And then you can untap a land and it becomes a 3/3 elemental creature and with haste and menace until end of turn. Not quite as good as Nizu Shakes the World. But with Mulch, Mulch is a 2-drop. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So uh, that's pretty nifty. There's a lot of ways of bringing stuff back. Um,
A lot of splendid
yeah.
recognition.
Nissa Vital Force with Lead the Stampede. So Nissa Vital Force, you can untap a land you control until your next turn. It becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste, still a land. Return a target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. That's always cool. And you get an emblem with whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. But with Lead the Stampede, this is still a work in progress, by the way. There's Lead the Stampede. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So those are some of the ones that we've been brewing or have brewed. And I'm sure we've got some more that we will have coming out soon enough. So, we like doing these sorts of games where um, players, yeah, it's good for new players. I mean, this is a lot of fun. It's pretty fast. Yes, our game was really slow because we were explaining things as we were going along.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's how we like doing that. We like being in teaching mode
Yeah.
for these streams. So if you have any questions at all, please put them in the comments below. We will do our best to answer every question that you have about Oathbreaker. And let's see, anything else, Rhino?
I have more videos coming out soon. So until then, me and Papa Mage are shuffled back into the library.
Stopping the recording. And one perk of Oathbreaker is that it is much smoother to shuffle a 60 card deck compared to a 100 card commander deck. Yes, it is. And we do not double sleeve anything.
No.
So we may end up editing this video and reposting it. Sign of Urza says, good show. Take care, you two. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're only going to play one game tonight. We could have done more, but it's good to have just like an hour and a half long thing. And it's like I've got to install updates on this computer again. So, thanks for watching.
Bye.